Hey Donald, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great, great, my friend. I wanted to first congratulate you. I know you've had a success with your loans, but just to start off here, Donald has been with us since 2017. It's been a very, very long journey from when he started. He actually started from scratch. Um, Before he came to us, Donald, who were you working with when you came to us initially with your credit compliance aspect that you needed fixed?
I was with Lexington Law.
And how was your experience with them?
There really wasn't any experience. It was just fill out some stuff and sit and wait. Really no interaction or nothing like that. No results for the little time I spent there.
Great. Yeah, I know. It's been it's a company that they show results, but they want to prolong it as long as possible. What was your credit score when you first started with us?
When I started with you, it was 481.
Wow, wow. And where are you currently now?
We're just right at 750.
Wow, wow, amazing. It took a long of a journey, but it's been a very eventful event. Now, I want to say, through the strategies of help, working with us on your personal credit. And I believe you came to us with a few errors. I think one of them was a bankruptcy, and was that taken care of?
Yeah, there was a bankruptcy error on there, and over time it was able to be taken care of.
Awesome, awesome. And would you say, working with us with the credit education, and do you think it's been very instrumental with your motivation and how you've been able to progress and really sustain that great credit that that you currently have right now?
Yeah, well, I think when everybody gets started and they're at that point, 481, they're kind of down and they think it can never be fixed. And then when you start to see results, then you get excited, then you get motivated, then you push harder. And then as it keeps coming in, it just keeps it. I would say motivation was the biggest thing.
Great, great. And credit is definitely the foundation of so many things, especially here in America, which is really heavily relied on. Now that we took you from the 480 to a 750, and that has opened up a lot of doors. And you currently are a business owner, correct?
Correct.
Right. I think in the construction space, opened up your last corporation. I think about a little bit over a year now, year and a half. Uh, Now taking it through Deliver Capital, now we've opened up that channel for funding. Were you ever working with any other companies in the past with for business loans or funding?
No funding. We had a lot of people reaching out for the merchant cash advances and things like that.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, yeah, but nothing yet. No.
Yeah, so a lot of the merchant cash, solicitations, of course, with companies, especially being in a young status, it could be an attractive element, but of course, those loan sharks are something that could hurt your business in the long run. Now, working with us, how much money have you received so far in approvals?
We've taken 150,000, but
Mm-hmm.
we've been approved for, I believe it was closer to 300, but we've
Wow.
only taken 150.
Right, right. So we chose strategically not to take all of it because of how for where you're currently at and where we wanted to go. It was in the best interest for your revenue and just to make sure that the long-term project of getting that sustainable debt was in your favor, especially because you are less than 2 years. And I believe since our last talks, we've had some new developments, right, of being able to bypass that 2-year rule, which is typically what all the major banks require in order for them to look at you. And so what are we currently doing right now to help fix some of that, those mechanisms?
So what we're doing right now that we're working on is we are getting the taxes and everything in order, going back, so it proves the experience in the field. So that's one of the bigger things there. And then we're working with business credit cards and moving on from there.
Well, why are we working with business credit cards? What did you do? What did you do without my consent?
Yeah, we had a phone call from a merchant cash, and he was going to give us 45,000. So we took the 45,000. Same day, it was all approved. So just not consulting, not following through with our original goal, and just acting, on the spot. So what we'll do is we'll get the business credit cards with your help, and then we'll pay those off, and then we'll work towards the main goal.
Right, right. And just out of curiosity, what was the term and the structure for those MCAs that you took out? What are your daily payment and interest rates that you
One,
took out in terms?
yeah, one is there's 17 and 23%. One's daily at 243, and one's 1,500 a week.
Wow, wow. That hurts, right? For your monthly cash flow as you're working with your company, your construction receivables, and until that money comes in. The minute that you get that money and it goes right out, because that daily payment is just killing that your growth opportunities there. And so what I advise with Donald is, 45,000 isn't a large amount, especially in a merchant cash. If you took out like a 300,000, it would be much harder to solve. But we wanted to get him approved with a few credit cards, take that money, pay off these high 23, 25 interest rates, so that we can consolidate that and put it into a 0% 12 to 18 month program where it's not going to really hurt him on his growth factor. So that was one strategy that we had. So, of course, the major banks with a 2-year rule, look at the experience that you've been in construction for what, 10 years plus, correct?
Yeah, it's been a long time, since I was 14.
So you're just starting out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so 20 years I've been around it.
Yeah. So, again, so taking that experience and being able to build that story within the bank, saying this is not just a startup, he has experience. Let's go ahead and move forward. And I think you went from last year, you did around how much, around about how much revenue you did last year?
When we first started in 17, in the first 6 months, we did about 350.
Mm-hmm.
In 2018, we did 1.3.
Very nice.
I'm going to go to the 2 million mark this year.
Awesome. Awesome. So now, of course, sustainable debt to be able to help with that growth factor. And I believe, in addition, the new strategy that we're about to do for you is also get you some equipment, right? Because that's an essential part of your company, that you needed some dump trucks. Now, what was that structure like? What are we approving you for with the equipment?
As far as the approval, we're going to do 2 trucks at 150,000 a piece.
Very nice. Very nice. Donald, thank you so much for taking the time to be able to share your journey. I know it's been a great one, and I wanted to specifically get you on video, because you went from a 480 to a 750, got you to the initial 150 to get your company to where it's at. Went from a $350,000 yearly company, now about to be a $2 million, and we're very proud to be an instrumental part of your growth there. Now, any other last words for you? And what's your overall experience with us? Anything else you want to share? No,
I appreciate everything. It's been, I've learned a lot. I can say that, in the last year and a half with you. And like I said, we're just getting started. So it's only been a year and a half. We got a long road to go, but it's been very easy to deal with you. I appreciate it, your team and all that. And I don't mind getting on here and talking to you at all.
Great, man. Great. Yeah. I think that the last words I want to say is not just about us getting you approved for a loan, right? One, the relationship, but we've had a lot of talks together as far as your growth strategies. What do we need to do? All money is not great money, but let's do this strategically, because it's an ongoing long-term relationship. And it's not just about just making a paycheck right now with our advisement and all the strategies that we implemented for you. Donald, again, thank you so much. It's been amazing to have you on here, and greatly appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us.
Thanks a lot, Anthony. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.